So one of the things that has been changed, which people may not notice, is actually the bomb explosion damage. So the way it's been calculated now is actually slightly different. Okay, so I'm going to show this off right here. So in the CSGO, the classic thing would be on Inferno, you could save in back pit, and there would be no problems. You'd plant default in the old bomb distance thing, and that would be fine. However, in CSGO, or in CS2 rather, damage actually seems to be different. So I'm just going to show a clip here, which is me in pit, in the regular spot where you might save with the new plant on Inferno. Still a great plant for you because you can still check from back pit. You know, nobody's going to get into the site and ninja without you being able to kill them and also stay alive even after the bomb explosion, assuming you're on enough health in the first place. But the main thing is keep an eye on my armor and health in the bottom left, and you'll see that I take full damage from the HP point of view, but armor is about half the value. I say about half because it seems like the value is not exact. So for example, right here, I've taken 52 health damage and 27 armor. So obviously it's not exactly half, but it's just over it. So the main thing about that is that it meant that, you know, if you'd survived multiple rounds doing the same thing back at pit, you would probably need to rebuy your actual armor, right? You'd need to rebuy it, and that would be, you know, it'd impact your economy. You won the round, but you survived in a position which meant you took damage from the bomb. You spent the $650 extra, you might have needed to drop as well. You're looking at potentially 4,000 expenditure in that round, even though you only got 3,500 for winning the round in the first place. So that's kind of one of the things that I think is kind of underrated going from CSGO to CS2 as well, because we've got MS12, which means the economy factor is even bigger than it was before anyway. And now we're seeing that the Ts will potentially have to rebuy armor, but also it's not just a T problem, it's a CT problem as well. On CT, you'll need to get, you know, if I press tab, you see the minimap. Let's say the radius of explosion damage is about this, because I think it reaches about banana. The CTs will need to make sure they're in a spot where they don't take damage to their armor, which means they're going to be even further out, which means we might see, arguably, even more saves in very specific bomb challenges. Or the CTs, if basically either team, if they have a snowball in terms of money, they will know that the CTs will have to be very far away, or the Ts will be in a position where, you know, they want to keep everything as much as possible, or as high as possible. So I'm going to show you what it's like on CS2 now as well. Right, so let's check this out on CS2 as well, just to actually show you exactly what the differences are. So obviously I've got my armor up 100. No problems there. I'll plant in the same spot, but obviously we know that the bomb radiuses have changed. That's not a problem. We know that those are going to be changing, potentially even changing between now and release as well. We don't know. So I'll plant default, new default for the save in pit, that is. And again, the key thing will be to look at my armor. So I noticed this on Inferno instantly as I was jumping out of the apps area here, because I lost about 91 health, I think it was, and then I also lost 91 armor. And I was just like, that's a crazy amount, because obviously, you know, the typical thing was you definitely need to rebuy your armor when you're hitting that 40 armor. Sorry, I know people rebuy it around 60, because if you've survived that many rounds in a row, you probably have the money to do it anyway. But it means that that rebuy armor bit is way closer than it used to be, because we are going to take damage from the bomb quite often. Like right now, 38 armor. I would 100% want to rebuy my armor here, and you know, $650 is not a cheap expenditure to have. I know you just won the round 3,500, but let's say you've just won the round 3,500. You get for winning. You spend $650 on your armor. You're down to 2850 already. You probably needed to drop a teammate as well, is the likelihood. And that's not to assume that there's multiple of you who, let's say if 2 of you survive, you both need to rebuy armor. It means you probably don't have utility, or you choose to not upgrade your armor, which means you're probably susceptible to a USP headshot killing you straight 1-to-1 in the head. So the amount of changes that can actually have are actually so high, and I think it's just such an underrated potential effect on the game. I'm curious to see what the actual effect will be. Obviously this might change as well, we never know. But also, I don't know if they know that they did like correct the command to be 1-to-1, or if this, you know, is this a specifically decided thing or what. But I don't know, it's interesting to see. Thanks for watching. If you actually have enjoyed that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be trying to do lots of these things, comparing CSGO to CS2, or looking at things like this, which are, small changes, but could have a drastic effect on how the game actually plays out. So, thanks for watching.